Sharma bringing to you top news of the week. Government properties are going to be privatized on a large scale in the country. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has announced a rupees 6 lakh crore national monetization pipeline under NMP. Monetization of passenger trains, railway station to airports, roads and stadium are included. The government says the resources will be mobilized and properties will be developed by involving private companies in these infrastructure sectors. Find out how much stake the government is selling in 13 properties including highways, railways and telecom. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the properties which are already in NMP need to be better monetized. Ownership of the property will remain with the government and it will be mandatory to retain their control after a certain time. Therefore, there should be no ambiguity that government is selling anything. This is not the case. These are the existing assets which will be continued to be owned by the government. Scheme is connected to the road and railway sector, about 25 airports, 40 railway stations, 15 railway stadiums and several railway colonies of the Airports Authority of India, including Chennai, Bhopal, Varanasi and Vadodara have been identified to gain private investment. These will be developed with private sector investment. Those who are looking to book a slot for the COVID vaccination can also consider doing it via WhatsApp. As per the latest announcement, the Ministry of Health said My Government Corona Help Desk on WhatsApp now allows users to locate their nearest vaccination center and book their vaccine appointment. Paving a new era of citizen convenience, now book COVID-19 vaccine slot easily on your phone within minutes, tweeted Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia on Tuesday. Earlier, the government introduced the facility of downloading vaccination certificate via WhatsApp. This comes in handy for those trying to obtain proof of vaccination with the CoWIN platform reporting glitches on certain occasions. With concerns of COVID third wave, vaccine certificates have assumed significance as it being sought for interstate travel among other things. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal inaugurated India's first smoke tower in Delhi's Connaught Place, established with the aim to improve air quality in a radius of around 1 kilometer. Tower has been set up as a pilot project and initial trends will be available within a month. If the pilot project is successful, more smoke towers will be installed in the national capital, Delhi. The smoke tower will purify 1000 cubic meters of air per second with a radius of around 1 kilometer and reduce PM 2.5 PM 10 levels in Delhi. Meanwhile, another 25 meters tall smoke tower is being built by the central government at Anand Vihar, which might become operational by the end of the August. Both the structures are being built by the Tata Projects Limited, with the technical support from IIT Bombay, which in collaboration with IIT Delhi will validate their performance. Millions of petrol and diesel vehicle owners in Delhi NCR as 10-year-old diesel and 15-year-old petrol vehicles will no longer be able to run here. Arvind Kejriwal government in Delhi has issued an order as per which old cars being banned. The government has banned the vehicle, citing orders from the Supreme Court and the National Green Tribunal, the NGT. According to the Supreme Court order, 10-year-old diesel and 15-year-old petrol vehicle have been banned. This is considered to be an important step towards a scrappage policy. Under this policy, old and unfit vehicles have to be removed from the roads. Driving vehicles that do not pass this test can attract heavy penalties. According to the new policy of the central government, fitness test of vehicles will be required. Fitness centers will be open across the country for this purpose. The vehicle that passes the fitness test will have to be registered. Subcommittee of the Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration CCSA will consider a proposal to ease some lockdown restrictions as the government pledges to distribute 15 million vaccine doses a month. Assistant CCSA spokesperson said the move was promoted by the ongoing fall in new infections across the country. Thailand logged 18,470 new cases just last week. The number of new cases exceed 20,000 every day, while the number of new infections is generally decreasing. The rate is actually increasing in some provinces, especially in the northeast, driven by COVID-19 patients who opted to receive treatment in their hometowns. Those who traveled home from provinces hardest hit by the virus must self-quarantine and family members must take adequate precautions. With regards to the national vaccination target from next month to the end of the year, the government is working to roll out about 50 million doses per month, up from the original target of 10 million doses a month. This month, the government is on course to procure 6.5 million doses of Sinovac vaccine, 5.8 million doses from AstraZeneca, 1.5 million doses from Pfizer and a million doses of Sinopharm. Afterwards, the government would procure 15 million doses in September and 17 million doses in October. The Government Center for COVID-19 Situation Administration CCA called on pregnant women in the country to get vaccinated against COVID-19, citing a higher risk of deaths among those who became infected with the coronavirus. Pregnant women are 2.5 times more likely to die after an infection than others due to changes to body shape that makes breathing more difficult. Thailand has fully vaccinated about 9.7% of this overall population of over 66 million with a combination of China's Sinovac vaccine and AstraZeneca shots. The Pfizer BioNTech vaccine is being offered to pregnant women as a booster to medical workers who had previously received 2 shots of Sinovac. Health Ministry data showed since April 2,327 pregnant women had been infected, of which 22 had received 1 vaccine dose. Women who are at least 3 months pregnant can safely get vaccinated with any vaccine, adding the immunity could also be transferred to the child. Thailand has reported 1.1 million cases of the coronavirus and over 10,000 fatalities, the majority of which have occurred since April. These were the top news of the week. Keep connected to the Indo-Thai News.